Voyager has instruments remaining on and operating that can measure things like the magnetic field.
For aging spacecraft, 46 years now, they're actually very healthy.
Imagine sending a spacecraft out into the unknown, beyond the farthest planets, across billions of miles, with no way to bring it back. And yet, here we are over 4 decades later, still hearing from the Voyager 1 spacecraft. It's humanity's furthest reach, traveling farther than any other human-made object, and still sending back valuable data from the edges of interstellar space. But how long can this spacecraft keep defying the odds? How do NASA engineers keep this relic from the 1970s operational in the face of power shortages, radiation, and the vast expanse of space that seems almost beyond reach? Well, this is the incredible story of how the team at NASA is fighting to keep Voyager 1 alive, even as it crosses into the deepest, darkest corners of the universe. The story begins in October 2024. A routine command is sent from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California, a simple instruction to activate one of Voyager 1's heaters. This heater is designed to warm the spacecraft's delicate components, which have been exposed to harsh radiation and extreme temperatures for over 40 years. It should have been an ordinary task, but something unexpected happened. The spacecraft, in its old age, responded in a way the engineers didn't anticipate. Its fault protection system activated, a last-ditch mechanism designed to protect the spacecraft when it draws more power than expected. Instead of running the heater as planned, Voyager 1 switched from its primary communication system, the X-band transmitter, to a backup system that hadn't been used since 1981, the S-band transmitter. The engineers back on Earth were in a tight spot. The X-band had been Voyager 1's primary means of communication for decades, and the S-band, while it could still transmit data, had a far weaker signal and a much lower data capacity. It was like switching from a high-speed internet connection to dial-up, except this dial-up system was trying to transmit signals across a staggering 15.4 billion miles of space. The odds of reconnecting with Voyager 1, especially considering its weakened power supply, seemed slim. However, this is where the ingenuity of NASA engineers comes into play. Even though the S-band signal was faint and the spacecraft was incredibly far away, the team used the Deep Space Network, a global array of radio antennas, to track down the weak signal. It was like trying to hear a whisper from across an entire continent, but through perseverance and advanced technology, the team was able to lock onto the signal, re-establishing contact with the spacecraft. This was no small feat. Voyager 1 is traveling through space at a velocity of 38,000 miles per hour, and it's more than 15 billion miles away from Earth, nearly 23 hours away by signal. When engineers send a command to the spacecraft, it takes nearly 2 days for a response, and everything must be done with extreme precision and care. But even with the communication lines open, the situation wasn't resolved yet. The switch to the S-band was not part of the original plan, and it was clear that this unexpected change in communication systems was caused by something more significant than just a simple glitch. The spacecraft's power was running low, and the systems that had worked for over 40 years, the radio transmitters, the science instruments, the heaters, were all starting to show their age. Voyager 1 is powered by radioisotope thermoelectric generators, RTGs, which use the heat from the decay of plutonium-238 to generate electricity. These RTGs have been providing power since the spacecraft launched in 1977, but over time they have gradually lost their efficiency. Every year, Voyager 1 loses around 4 watts of power. That's enough to power a small light bulb, but it adds up over decades. As power dwindles, engineers are left with tough decisions about which systems to keep running. And so, the engineers at NASA, ever resourceful, had already begun shutting down non-essential systems to conserve power. By now, Voyager 1 was operating with only the most critical instruments. Its science instruments, originally designed to explore Jupiter and Saturn, had been reduced from 10 to just 4. These remaining instruments, however, were still giving scientists a glimpse into the mysteries of interstellar space. Voyager 1's plasma detectors, magnetic field sensors, and cosmic ray instruments were all providing critical data about the environment beyond the influence of our Sun, information that we simply couldn't get anywhere else. However, keeping these systems running wasn't easy. The radiation from cosmic rays, the extreme cold, and the intense pressure of interstellar space had taken their toll on the spacecraft's systems over time. Even though the spacecraft had been designed to survive the harsh conditions of space for a few years, no one expected it to last this long. The scientific instruments that were meant to be temporary tools for studying Jupiter, Saturn, and moons have now turned into the only window into a part of space that we can't observe from Earth. This is why each bit of data Voyager 1 sends back is so invaluable. It's a piece of the puzzle we've been trying to solve for decades. In fact, the challenges Voyager 1 is facing today are not unique to it alone. Its twin, Voyager 2, is also dealing with similar power issues and system failures. Voyager 2, which launched just 2 weeks after Voyager 1, has had to shut down some of its instruments, including the Plasma Science instrument, to save power. This instrument, which helped confirm Voyager 2's entry into interstellar space in 2018, has now been deactivated to conserve energy. As both spacecraft continue to travel further from Earth, they will keep sending back precious data, but only for a few more years. By 2030, it's expected that the power levels will be too low to support the remaining instruments, and the spacecraft will fall silent. But even as we face the reality that Voyager's mission will one day come to an end, the legacy of these spacecraft will endure. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 carry with them a golden record, a time capsule designed to share the story of humanity with any intelligent life that might one day find it. The record contains a selection of sounds, images, and messages from Earth, serving as a snapshot of our civilization at the time of their launch. It's a message from humanity to the stars, a message that will continue its journey long after the spacecraft themselves stop sending data. As Voyager 1 drifts further into the cosmos, it reminds us of how far we've come in our exploration of the universe. It also challenges us to think about the future of space exploration. What will humanity's next great leap? What new technologies will we develop to send our messages further into space? And perhaps most importantly, what will we discover about the universe once Voyager 1 finally falls silent? The story of Voyager 1 is not just about a spacecraft, it's about human ingenuity and the desire to explore the unknown. It's about pushing the limits of what's possible and defying expectations. Voyager 1's mission has lasted far longer than anyone could have predicted, and it continues to provide us with new information that deepens our understanding of space. And even though the spacecraft may not be able to keep transmitting forever, its legacy will live on as a symbol of our ambition and our quest for knowledge. Voyager 1 is more than just a spacecraft. It is a symbol of humanity's drive to explore, to learn, and to reach beyond the stars. As it continues its lonely journey through interstellar space, it carries with it the hopes and dreams of an entire species, reaching out into the unknown, sending messages to the stars. And no matter how far it travels, no matter how much power it loses, we will always remember the incredible journey of Voyager 1, the little spacecraft that could. So what's next for Voyager 1? How much longer will it continue its journey through the vast, uncharted reaches of the cosmos? One thing is for sure: as long as it can, Voyager 1 will keep sending us data, pushing the boundaries of space exploration and expanding our understanding of the universe. And who knows? Maybe one day, it will meet another intelligent life form, carrying the story of humanity across the stars. Voyager 1's journey is a testament to human creativity and the never-ending desire to explore. As it continues to drift further into space, it reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge knows no bounds, and the legacy of this incredible spacecraft will inspire generations to come. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories about space and beyond. Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember the universe is waiting for us to discover it. See you in the next one.